Welcome back, everybody. Today we're starting a new series on the channel where I'm going to be rebuilding the Atlanta Hawks. Now this series, for me, is going to be a lot more casual. It's not going to be as much editing. Like, I know you guys have really been enjoying the career mode videos I've been doing on Hoopland, which the support has been incredible. I appreciate all of that. Seriously, thank you guys so much. But this, I want to be more of just like a sit down, record, and just, again, more casual, have fun. It's not going to be as much editing. It's going to be a lot more gameplay. We're not going to play every game. Obviously, there's 82 games. But, you know, maybe simulating through quite a bit, hopping into certain games, rebuilding this team the right way. And I feel like the Hawks, you know, I'll get into the Hawks in a minute. First, let me go over these settings for the league because a lot of you guys probably want to know how I'm going to do it. So, first things first, I'm going to be importing my NBA rosters that I've been working on for like, 4 months, 3 months. It's been a long time. As far as the college rosters, I'm not going to use the regular college roster. I'm going to use the generic Hoopland college roster, but I will be importing my my own draft class, which I've been working on, and that's actually what's kind of stopped me from starting this series until now, because I finally today have basically finished this this roster as a whole. I mean, we have every single prospect that you can think of. We've got, almost 70 players with all accurate likeness. I looked at attributes, archetypes, that kind of stuff. Was able to do a lot there. I feel really proud of those rosters. And if you want the rosters, you can join the Discord. It's the first link in the description. As well, there's a 15% off store-wide discount going on my store. I just launched it. If you guys want, whether it be hats, water bottles, sweatshirts, shirts, you name it, there's gonna be a sale going on until like the end of next week. So that's the only plug I'm gonna do for myself. If you guys want to support me, you can do that there, and if not, so be it. But anyway, let's get back into these settings. So starting back from the top, simulation pace is gonna be +3. That's how you get the most accurate scores. I've had a lot of people ask me in the comments, how do you get people to score more than 5 points in a game? The simulation pace is what you're gonna want to adjust. I'm gonna turn the salary cap down to a $160, just because it's in real life. I think it's like 145. But it defaults it to the lowest available salary cap while still making everybody under. And there's a few teams like the Wolves and the Warriors who are over the salary cap, but for the sake of the series, I'm going to turn it down to 160. Draft class has been implemented. Like I said, I don't have them committed to the right colleges because I'm not going to be doing accurate real colleges. And then moving forward, I'll probably work on a 2025 or 6 class, whatever you want to call it, with Cooper Flag and everybody else. And then after that, I'll probably make some more draft classes, but they won't be with real players, because at this point we're projecting like 15-year-olds into the NBA. But like I said, there's all the players that you'd be seeing in March Madness now. There's a lot of foreign players going into the playoffs. Obviously, it's going to be best of 7, and then the play-in tournament will be there. So everything so far is looking good. Lottery teams are the way they should be. 82 games. If you want to know how to get 82 games, this is the split as far as the divisional, non-divisional games. And then game setup, I play on All-Star. The only difference between All-Star and Pro really is the CPU shot timing and reaction time is better. And then also it goes less from timing, where if you hit the little green bar, it'll go in every time, to percentage for players, which is a little more accurate, I'm going to shoot with Clint Capella from 3, right? We're doing the Hawks, we'll say that. If I hit the little green bar, he's going to hit it. But in reality, he probably, is very unlikely to hit that. So we'll play on All-Star. Game style, we'll play on simulation. These sliders really don't do much as far as simulation goes by any means. It changes the way the actual gameplay happens when you're in the game, and I'm not really going to mess with that. I keep it all on default. And then game length, as high as it goes, 24 minutes. This is the way to get the most accurate scores. Again, you take 48 minutes in a regular game, you cut them in half, 24 minutes. And then if you want to figure out what the accurate, minutes per game would be for a player, you just multiply it by 2. So if somebody's got 12 minutes a game at your point guard spot, in real life, they'd be playing like 24 minutes. So that's everything. I know it's a lot of housekeeping. Again, this series might not be for everybody, but if you want a more casual series where I'm, progressing a team, we're making trades, we're making moves, this is going to be it for you. And we won't need to do any scrolling. Like I said, this roster I've been working on for months. You can see everybody, likeness-wise, statistics, potential. It's all just about as accurate as you can get. I try not to be too biased with it. First, I started going through the 2K rosters and looking at the fine-tuning for all of those players, and then I realized that 2K doesn't go down to 0 for the worst players. They go down to a 25 overall, so you have to do, okay, well, you know, this game goes 1 out of 10 for the lowest, and 2K does 25, so that means the lowest somebody would have is a 2.5. Point being is I did all the legwork for you guys, so you don't have to, and now we can just enjoy the rosters for what they are. Regardless of that, let's get into it. The Atlanta Hawks rebuild is underway. A new season has begun. And we will just skip right to the beginning. Chris Paul does get released. There's going to be a few players that get released because of the lack of salary cap room. So we got Jerome Robinson, Chris Paul. Like I said, it's usually Golden State and Minnesota, and then the Knicks releasing a couple players. And with this as well, there's going to be a big focus on the scouting, on, you know, different prospects we're going to need to make sure we keep our eyes peeled for moving forward. Let's go ahead and get into the roster as a whole. So first of all, it's going to start with Trae Young here. So Trae Young, in my opinion, is a top 10 point guard at the very least. He was overrated, and then he was underrated. Now he's probably properly rated. I mean, he got an all-star nod. He's a 4.5-star player overall. He's maxed out at his potential. He's the 13th best guard relative to his age and his overall in this game. So this game really values age a lot. That's why someone like, Victor Wembanyama, if I'm able to find him real quick, is going to be number 1 as far as the overall, what they value. You can see number 1 there, number 1 there. It's not even Luka because Luka's like 24 or 25. So they really value age in young players. So Trae Young, I think that's pretty respectable. He's definitely a top 50 player in the NBA, probably closer to like a top 30. But then we get into DeJounte Murray. So DeJounte Murray is a combo guard. I mean, you don't need me to explain to you how the NBA is structured. But in my opinion, DeJounte Murray is a very good guard. He averages like 25 and 5, something like that. And he could play the 1 for us, but I have a feeling, and I'm not going to force it, but I have a feeling that one of these guys is going to be the odd man out. And I feel like with this draft coming up, it's not a great draft as far as overall talent's concerned. I think there's going to be a couple all-stars for sure in this draft, but there's a lot of good role players, and I think that this team is pretty mid overall. Like I said, 17th overall. It's got the 10th best offense, 18th best defense. A lot of players are reached their potential, and they're pretty capped out. Besides, obviously, Onyeka Okongwu has a little bit of room to develop. And then Jalen Johnson. Jalen Johnson being one of the best young players in the league. He's the 10th highest rated small forward. Well, he's technically just a forward as a whole because he can play, power forward or small forward. But as forwards go, he is a top 10 as far as value. He can stretch the floor. He's a crazy athlete. He can dunk. He just rubbed his nuts all over, Austin Reeves' face, which was a really funny interview. After the game, somebody asked him about it, and he's like, we didn't hear about it from your perspective. And he's like, you didn't want to see my perspective. It was pretty funny if you haven't seen that. But Jalen Johnson going to be the focal point of this rebuild, honestly. And like I said, I'm going to stick with both of these guards. I don't plan on moving them. But if we're mid, I will not hesitate to trade somebody away because I'm trying to step into a team that kind of refuses to accept their positioning, where they're going to be 40 and 42 every single season with this team and with the construction of their roster. But I'm not going to allow that to happen. I will absolutely tank if it means we can be better in a couple years. So after that, we get into probably DeAndre Hunter, who has probably hit his ceiling. He's not a great player overall. He's just a 3-and-D. He didn't reach his potential coming out of Virginia, but solid player. He can come off the bench. He can give us some points. AJ Griffin having a really weird season in real life. Kind of a big wing that you can stretch the floor, but he isn't really getting any PT. It's kind of a weird position for him. I do plan on building around him, at least having him be a valuable piece off the bench. Bruno Fernando, he's a fine, young backup center. Clint Capella is definitely not going to be on this team long term. He's 21 mil per year for 2 years left. Probably plan on moving him and letting Onyeka Okongwu, who is a free agent at the end of this year. No, he just got an extension. That's right. He's locked up. He's probably going to be our starting center, probably halfway through the season if I had to guess, and then moving forward throughout. Trent Forrest, whatever. Kobe Buffkin, actually a solid backup guard for us who could develop into a good 6-man. I like him quite a bit. He's got good size as a combo guard. He's strictly up PG, but he could play both. Bogey is a solid 6-man as well. We have a lot of scoring off the bench, honestly. He is 31 years old. He's got a giant contract, probably one of the worst contracts in the league, considering what he's adding to a team that's not in a position to really appreciate what he does. And then Sadiq Bey, who I kind of skipped over, he is an expiring free agent on a very cheap contract, and he just broke his hand in real life, unfortunately, but he is an absolute bucket. He gives buckets to everybody. He has a 50-point game under his belt. Solid player overall. Garrison Matthews, just, a veteran. He's 26, but he's basically a veteran. He's just a solid shooting guard. You want to talk about a real vet, Wesley Matthews, who's a decade older than Garrison Matthews, 37 years old. He's not going to get any playing time for us. And Dylan Windler, who was with the Knicks before, is definitely not going to get any playing time either. So I think I kind of went over everybody. I'm sorry if your favorite player didn't get enough, buzz about them. Where do I plan on drafting in this league? I don't know, because I'm going to be playing quite a bit of games. I'm going to be simulating a lot too, because I want to get through, especially the first season. The second and third, and however many we decide to do, I'm going to want to play those more. But for now, the real life league is about 10 games away from being finished up. So, if we do hypothetically make the playoffs this year and do really well, I'm not gonna purposely tank just to make it more accurate to real life. So I'm going to go ahead and set up the minutes for year one. Again, these will be very fluid. It's not going to be similar to the rebuilds where I'm simulating season over season, setting the minutes and just being done with it. There's going to be injuries in this league. We're going to have to get into our depth. We might also sign free agents as well. I also do wish there was some sort of a developmental league just to kind of stick players like Trent Forrest and other players that probably would have more potential. Just put them in like the developmental league or whatever, because you can only have 12 players getting minutes at any point, which is pretty accurate to real life. But I just wish that there was a spot I could stick some younger players that, especially when the draft actually happens moving forward, because everybody's attributes get knocked down 4 points in every single spot. So the players really have a lot of developing to do. And if you don't really feel like sticking them in your starting lineup or even a bench rotation, while it is going to give them more XP in real life, if you think about it, for a player to be on the court, I just wish that there was a place I could put them. And there's also going to be a big update as well to Hoopland coming up with like an added front office and a lot more actual like coaching stuff as far as it looks like. And I'll put a couple mock, pictures that they've put in the Discord in the video as well. But I don't want to wait, because at the very worst, I could just export this league and add it to a new league with those adjustments to like coaching and stuff. When that happens, for now, we're just going to start it, because like I said, I kind of want this series to be a lot more casual, just like I said, less edited, but I also at the same time too want to be able to get these out to you guys more often, because I am the one who edits all my videos and I make my videos, obviously. So I'm doing everything, and I'm sure that's pretty common for most like YouTube people that make content. Like for me, if I don't feel like recording in a given day, sometimes I just don't. And if I don't feel like editing, sometimes I just don't. And next thing you know, it's been a couple weeks and I haven't made any content, and I don't want that to be the case. So I want to have a series that I can just sit down, we can have a good time, and we can have a bit of a community. If you guys want me to trade somebody, or you guys have comments or questions about certain players on the team, or you guys want to be able to make an impact, you can do that. And you can talk about it on the comments of this video. You can talk about it in my Discord. So I've got the minutes set up for the beginning of year one. Trae Young's gonna get the most minutes, strictly at the point guard spot. But then DeJounte Murray's going to have a few minutes at point guard as well. He's going to be getting the second most minutes with Jalen Johnson, who's going to be, again, playing both the 4 and the 3. DeAndre Hunter, who now in real life is not really starting. I guess actually he probably is now that Saddiq Bey is injured. But Saddiq Bey was able to climb over this DeAndre Hunter for the starting role. I'm not going to have that be the case, strictly because we're paying DeAndre Hunter a lot of money. Saddiq Bey's on a $4 million 1-year contract. So my thought process is, if we're able to bring Saddiq Bey back at the end of the season, great, that's awesome. But if we want to trade DeAndre Hunter away, we need his minutes to look pretty good. We need his stats to look good so he has more trade value. So that's my thought process. Onyeka Okongwu is not going to start for us yet, because if we are trying to win, which we're always going to be trying to win, he's probably not better than Clint Capella at this moment. But then Saddiq Bey is going to be our primary scorer off the bench, behind Bogey. Kobe Buffkin going to be playing both the 1 and the 2 for us. AJ Griffin getting a few minutes. Probably kind of wish I could give him a little bit more. That's where I'm kind of seeing like these wings are they're just getting in the way of development for AJ Griffin. So I can see why in real life he's not really able to get that. And then Bruno Fernando a couple minutes as well. So unfortunately, Garrison Matthews not going to get any playing time, as well as those other guys down there. So that's how I'm going to have it set up. It changes our overall to 13th overall and a top 10 offense, but that's all relative. It doesn't really matter. Injuries are going to happen, and players are not always going to play to their abilities. With that being the case, I'm going to actually set up some scouting, which I've never really done in any of the rebuilds. And again, yes, I did make these rosters. That is true. So you might think, well, everybody that's good, everybody that's bad, so you're going to be able to draft. That's not always how it works. And also, I don't remember everything I do. I mean, there's 60 plus players, and sometimes you're staring at enough players after a while and you get lost. You're forgetting things. So I'm gonna set some scouting up just to scout a few players that I think we could use at a position of need. It's going to be somewhere I'm projecting in the middle rounds. I don't need to scout someone like Alex Sarr. I know he's 7'1". I know he can block shots. I know he's got a good handle. But moving down the board a little bit, I could see us drafting anywhere from 5 to 20, maybe even 5 to 25. Who knows? Maybe we make the playoffs and make a deep run. Time will only tell. We haven't even played a single game yet. So with that being the case, we take on Luka and the Mavs in game 1. And like I said, here is all of the overall difficulty. I will not be changing anything. The integrity of the series depends on it. And honestly, I'm not here to show off my ability to play Hoopland. I'm here to have a good time. And we're just going to have some fun. That's what we're going to do. We're going to rebuild this team the right way. Looking at the preview overall, obviously a lot of the trade deadline moves that happened in real life have already happened, and we're starting over. We'll go with Rob Dillingham to start. And again, the colleges are not going to be accurate. That's fine. It's not a big deal. I know he's a walking bucket. I know that's how he is. We'll also go ahead and give Ron Holland a scout. Tijan Salon, a good French player with a huge potential. Tyler Smith, a stretch 4 who can, block the paint a little bit, guard it up. Maybe someone like Bobby Klintman, who again has a really high potential overall. So we've got 5 scouts scouting some players that I think could be around the middle of the draft. We've got our lineup set. Let's go ahead and get into the beginning of this series. And also, one last thing. Yes, the Clippers logo is ready for next year. It's already happened. I don't care. I got the court done too. All of the courts in this series, the majority of them, 90%, have been done by Oscar S on Discord. I'm just going to set up the plays for the point guard. We'll get into more of the plays set up for, all the other stuff moving forward. And you might think it's pretty minute, but if we're going to actually be able to make as strategic of a run as possible this year, we're going to have to go as in-depth as possible. And you want to know what's kind of wild about this matchup here, as we're just going to simulate probably to the halfway point of the game, is that this is the same exact team where Luka dropped 73 points. So how do we avoid letting that happen again and letting history repeat itself? We're keeping it very close. I'm very impressed with this team so far. Let's get to the end of the third quarter and we'll hop into it. We'll play the fourth quarter out. And you're going to see the league record and all the asterisks in the beginning of these games because it's a new league. So everyone's going to be setting records. The league is basically just now starting. I play on camera zoom 1, instant replays on low, in case you guys want to know any of the details. Normally I would just cut this, but some people care. I'm going to turn the button opacity off so that way you don't see it. I'll have offensive play calling be auto, but if I want to change it, I will. And then offensive play icons, we'll keep those on. And then defensive cones, somebody asked me to turn these off. I don't know why it makes a difference. You just see like a little visual cone. But for you, whoever it was, it's off. Trae Young, let's see what you got. We're going to play a very high-tempo offense as well. Kick it out. DeJounte wide open from 3. He gets fouled. Okay. Didn't get the shot in, but we'll go to the line and shoot 2. Actually, we're going to shoot 3. I didn't even think about it. Oh, no. I think that's off. Yep. Okay. I got to really lock in, get really close to the phone here. Oh, that's as good as it gets. That is perfect. Perfect timing. He's got 24 in game 1. Oh, my God. When I actually lock in, snipe those free throws. All right, Trade. Just don't be a cone. Just literally don't get beat. I'm all over it. I'm reading the top. He's going to pull up. Box out. Box out. Save the ball. Nice. Good effort play. Who was that? Is that an Echo Kongwu? Can we try this again? DeJounte? Oh, look at him getting crafty. He gets the layup in. The floater's up and good. It's a 5-point game. Play underneath. DeJounte with a block. Okay, what the fuck just happened? Daniel Gafford slammed it in. Okay, we're just going to match him right back. Onyeka Okongwu just going to sky up and get the slam. We're still a 5-point game. We got the block down low, and it didn't matter. Daniel Gafford just torching us in the paint, I guess. All right, let's get a good play drawn up for us. Ooh, Kyrie, don't get your ankles broken. Don't get your ankles broken. Trae Young, pick and roll, splash. No one's going to step up underneath the screen. He's 4 for 4 from 3. Just stay in front of him. Do not get beat. Read these horns plays. Get the contest. It's off. Nice rebound. Kick it out to DeAndre Hunter from 3 in the corner. Oh, that was a weird bounce. All right. We got to take more time off the clock. Please get in front of the guys. What a crafty finish by Derek Jones. Oh, Jalen Johnson, the 3 and the 4. Kick it down. Come on. Get in there. Let's go. Posterizer. Who was that on? Was that on, is it Josh Green? Is that who's starting over there? Huge slam. Kyrie just made Trae Young disappear. Please get the rebound. What are we doing? Just block him. Derrick Jones Jr., 4 for 6. Okay, why does DeAndre Hunter keep getting the ball? Jalen Johnson needs the ball. Give me the pick and roll at the top. Okay, that's fine. Who is this? Is this Onyeka Okongwu? He gets the layup in. Okay, it's a 4-point game. We still got a decent amount of time left. I'm going to keep all the players in that were already projected to start. It's Jaden Hardy. Stay in front of him. Stay in front of him. Onyeka Okongwu blocks it. Sends it back to get the rebound. Okay, that's fine. We live to see another day. And Daniel Gafford's unstoppable in the paint. Oh, look at that move by DeAndre Hunter. Why is he doing a crafty finish? I have no idea. That's also something they added in the update most recently is like the ability to contort your body and make like acrobatic layups. It's very cool. Jalen Johnson, huge block. How is that out of bounds? Trae Young, you got to learn. You got to do some ballerina classes or something. The tiptoe, it's got to be there. It's got to be there. It was a good effort by Jalen Johnson. Cannot get the board. Why am I stuck? Jalen Johnson, okay. Can't get a million blocks, I guess. 6-point game, and no one's going to guard the paint. Onyeka Okongwu with the slam. He's got 18 points. He's fired up. He got a good contest. Push the pace. No one's going to guard DeJounte Murray from the top of the key. He can do that. Get the rebound. Onyeka Okongwu's unstoppable in the paint. 20 points. He's got like our last like 5 scores in a row. Trae Young. Oh my God, we're getting blocks left, right, and center. What are you guys going to do about it? Kick it out. No, kick it out. No, kick it out. Okay, well, DeAndre Hunter was open for a second. Trae Young. Okay, let's actually get a play going. Let's get a little pick and roll. It's a 2-point game here. Drive it in. Kick it out. Don't lose the ball. Oh, okay, I do not want Onyeka Okongwu to shoot that. What do we do? I didn't even realize the shot clock. And my thumb was covering it. I didn't even notice it. That was definitely not the best way to do it. I probably should have at least just shot with Onyeka Okongwu. I mean, it's not a great percentage, but at least it's something. Oh my God, Kyrie is too crafty down low. 4-point game, 2 minutes left. Kick it out to DeJounte. He's wide open in the corner. Nobody tracks him down. We can't get the board. I probably should have taken a second or two to breathe a little bit. As Derek Lively at the top, playing point guard for some reason. Get in front of him. Did we foul? Did we foul? Oh my God, that's the softest foul I've ever seen. And the lead that we were close to stopping, we were at a 2-pointer, and now it is 7. So we need Trae Young to basically just start firing from half court, which we can do. Oh my God, he sat Luka down. Please make that. Let's fucking go. Huge highlight already in game 1 for Trae Young, sitting down one of the league's best players. Oh, and he's getting picked. He's getting his pockets picked. Jalen Johnson, fuck, where's your positioning, please? Oh, yeah. Okay. We need to work on our spacing, guys. Trae Young underneath. Can we do it? Oh, my God. Trae Young did not just do a 360 dunk. His dunking is like a 2 or a 3. I was more trying to get like a fancy layup, but he wants to get up there for it. Sometimes you see that from those guards that don't particularly like to dunk. Then they really catch you off guard. Should I just shoot this 3 here? Well, let's get the ball spread around. Is that Jalen Johnson in the corner? Okay, I don't want to do back down with Jalen Johnson. But I will pull up a 3 if he's not going to be guarded. He's going to get some space. Oh my God, it's a dud. Okay, it's a 6-point game. Jalen Johnson, close the gap! Why are we just backpedaling? We have to get in the way. Luka's got 41. Okay, why was that where the pass went? Okay, DeAndre, that has to go in. DeJounte, I mean, sorry. What was that bounce? I was like mesmerized by it. I couldn't even talk. I'm just staring at it. We don't foul. We don't foul. We get a stop. We don't foul. We get a stop. Get the block. Get the rebound. Okay, perfect. 5-point game. Kick it up to Trae. Oh my God, he sat Luka down again. Please make that. Oh my God. 6 for 6 from downtown. Do we foul? Do we foul? We foul this. We foul this because Luka probably makes the 3. Actually, Luka's free throwing is not great. I meant to say free, not 3. And that first one's off. Let's go through my substitutions real quick. We'll make sure that our best shooters are on the court. Maybe Clint Capella for the rebounding. Okay, we got some subs in. Get box out for the love of God. Oh my God. Do we foul Luka? We do. Okay, I just pushed him in the air. Almost like sent him to the hospital. He needs to go 1 for 2, and we need to fucking box out, please. He makes the first one. Jalen Johnson, do your job. It's off. Let it roll out. 3-point game. Trae Young's on fire. Do I believe he can make another one? I think we probably go quick here. Probably go quick. We need to set up a pick and roll. Jalen Johnson. They're going to step up. It doesn't matter. Are we going to get the offensive rebound? Get the offensive rebound. No, what are you doing? Foul Derek Lively. 2 seconds left. Fuck. He got the ball stolen. He gets the rebound. He gets and they fucking made the free throw. I mean, we probably lost this game, but it was a close one. Watch him miss this one, and then we don't have time to go down the court. Okay. All right, Trey. Run. Inbound. Shoot. Where's the button? Oh my God, I couldn't even click the right button. That is where not having buttons on the screen sucks when it's crunch time. But Luka Doncic, just green dots everywhere. Only missed a couple, 42 points. And it was a close game. Not a lot of defense being played. But I feel like our team played well for the most part. Trae Young, 13 assists. We came in, could not get the job done. Daniel Gafford was unstoppable. Jalen Johnson kind of underwhelming as far as scoring goes. Onyeka Okongwu is already... He was 10 for 10 on all of his field goal attempts. He's kind of trying to get in the starting role. And I'm trying to keep this series very fluid. This is the beginning of the series. I'm not against making moves. Well, we won't look around the league every time, but for the sake of the game one, you know, the first day of everything, the Suns win, Denver wins. Points per game wise, a buck 47 put up by Philly. Joel Embiid put up a 50-piece in game one of the year. Luka, SGA, KD, Michael Porter Jr. dropped 35 and 10. With 0 assists. I'm a Nuggets fan. That stat line looks just about right. So we lose game one. We're going to be taking on Sacramento in game two. And for this one, I think we will just quick sim. Nothing against Sacramento. We fall down by 4 points, 118 to 114. Jalen Johnson had a much better game. He had a double-double, 21 and 10. The box score, DeJounte Murray, 12 points. Clint Capella is probably going to hit the bench here very soon. Onyeka Okongwu is going to continue to outperform him efficiency-wise and in less minutes. Trae Young, 12 assists. We had three players with double-doubles. We had both of our guards and Jalen Johnson. De'Aaron Fox and Sabonis did pretty well. Kevin Huerter off the bench. Kevin Huerter? I mean, he's white. I don't really know how you say it. Milwaukee is our next opponent. We'll go ahead and sneak this game into the episode as well. We'll probably just simulate to the fourth quarter. Hopefully you guys are enjoying so far. If you're still here, you know, halfway through, go ahead and leave a like. It helps the video out a ton. I appreciate that immensely. Trae Young and DeJounte both have 20 plus points. Start of the fourth quarter up by 5. Let's hop into it. Trae Young, let's do some damage. Last time I played with you, you were absolutely disgusting. In a good way. Okay. We need a... Oh, please, Chris Middleton, don't do this. What year is it? Is it 2019? Trae Young, get the block. Okay, never mind. And we're going to come in and, like, cost the lead. We're just going to tank it down. All I was going to say is we need someone who's a little bit more effective at shooting threes, playing the three. Oh, nice job, dumbass. Keep your feet in bounds, why don't you? With the positioning of the players, DeAndre Hunter. Oh, my God, you're leaving me wide open with a little floater. Nice shot. Trae Young. Was this the All-Star game? He's got 14 assists as well. Now, I feel like we need someone who can stretch the floor more at the 3 guard for us. 3 guard? Is that a thing? That's not it. 3 guard is not a thing. At the small forward position, as Clint Capella sends that to Yucatan. Push the pace. Ooh, see, that's what I'm talking about. Can you knock this down? I waited too long. I missed the button. God damn it. Jalen Johnson guarding Giannis. Oh, what the hell was that pass? Nope, Giannis, please don't do it. Don't do it. Okay. Go in ISO. Oh, where are you going? Where's Marchon Beauchamp going? Hit him with the step back midi, please. Rolls off. I mean, why are we settling for that? We just got to pass the ball around. Get in his face. Is that Pat Bev as well? Pat Bev is on the court. Oh my God, get a rebound, please. Pat Bev, the vet, just getting past Trae Young. There's no stopping him. Ooh. Jalen Johnson missing a fucking layup. Clint Capella. We got no efficiency on this team. No one can score any points. Clint Capella's picking up his man from half court. Please, Giannis, spare me. Please, Giannis, don't do it to me. Oh my God, Trae Young, get up! Get up! You cannot let Pat Bev knock you on the ground. We're going to hear about that on the podcast. Clint Capella, send it back! Wait, what happened? What happened? Did he just save the ball? Get the rebound! What the fuck is happening? Somebody saved it. Was it... I'm going to watch the replay. Did my guys save it? Allow me to make the hustle play and knock it back inbounds. Just for Giannis to fucking go hammer time. Send the ball in there like Dwight Howard when he just threw the ball down. Okay, it's a 1-point game, and it's not us who is leading. So, Trae Young, why don't you go ahead and make your best Greg Jennings impression. Put the team on your back. DeJounte Murray, little horns chest action. Learn that from watching LeBron James and JJ Redick. Damian Lillard's back in, so if you had trouble guarding Pat Bev, you most certainly will not have fun guarding Dame, as he's going to hesitate, pull up from 3. It's off. DeJounte Murray on Andre Jackson Jr. Clint Capella, unguardable. Down low, gets the roll. I'll be honest, I was trying to shoot the ball with Trae Young, but I missed the button. And we got a nice little and one. He has 6 blocks tonight. Oh my God. This is the one of the 53% that he will knock in. He is currently 100% in the game. We are up by 2. Unfortunately, Brook Lopez goes to line. He's a very good shooter. So hopefully... Oh, I said that to jinx his dumbass. I knew he would miss it if I complimented him. He would just rely... Oh my God, he missed both of them. DeAndre Hunter. Oh my God. Fuck, we turned the ball over. I know that was probably my fault. DeAndre Hunter, nice blocked. You redeemed yourself. Clint Capella, point guard. Getting shifty, getting crafty. Spin move. Okay, we're done with him. I feel like we need a more active wing who can actually just do things. I don't know. No one's really getting open. We're going to have to call a quick play here. Actually, you know what? Never mind. It's going to be Trae Young putting up a grenade, and he makes it. We didn't really have an offensive game plan there. It was kind of just like, see if somebody can get open. Oh my God. DeJounte Murray, what are you doing? That's the wrong basket. All right, you're getting traded. You cannot be scoring against us. DeAndre Hunter, at least... Okay, I tried to pass it to the guy in the corner. It was DeJounte Murray. There's DeJounte, Devontae. There's so many Andres that it's just a lot. Oh my God, Jalen Johnson just posterized Andre Jackson. Yeah, Andre Jackson. There's just a lot of names that sound similar, and that's getting... How is that a goaltend? Whatever. 2 minutes left. We have to make sure we win this game because I cannot go 0-3 in my first 3 games. Okay, what's it going to be? Spin move. Okay, Jalen Johnson, you got in my way, you bastard. DeAndre Hunter's cold, and he... Oh my God, he got lucked out with a rebound even though he really just didn't guard his guy to begin with. Trae Young. Oh my God, the spin move's nasty. Kick it out to Jalen Johnson from the wing. Knock it in. Okay, I have yet to see a 3 go down from Jalen Johnson. And we also need to take up more time off the clock. Why did he run away from his man? Damian Lillard. Okay, I got to hurry and get the ball across the half court, or I'm going to get a delay of game or whatever the hell you call it. Oh my God, DeJounte with the reverse. Woo, that looked good. 28 points, 5 of 8 from 3. Not a half court, not a back court violation. Whatever it is for not an 8-second. Oh, thank God. We'll let Brook Lopez be the one to shoot that over Dame time. We know exactly what time it is. It's a 1-point game. It's an absolute stinker right now. 87-86. It's 1963. Here's the best plan of action. Get the pick and roll with not a lot of time left. Use up as much time as we possibly can. Trae Young gets inside. Gets blocked by the fucking rim. No, I thought he was going to get a good reverse. Just stay in front of your guy. Stay in front of your guy. DeJounte tried to score the ball again. If it wasn't a goaltend, it would have been. Oh my God. Trae Young. There's not a lot of time left. Trae Young, make the floater. Does that count as a game winner? There's 6 seconds left. It's a 1-point game. Trae Young was like, I'm not passing it to anybody. There's 6 seconds left. Please stay in front of your guy. Where? Oh my God, good hands. Did it have to step back? It's off. Get the rebound. Oh my God, thank God. Trae Young goes to the line. It's one of our best players. And that one's going to be short and off. That's so bad. Come on, ice Trae. 2-point game. Don't let Dame shoot a full court shot. Thank God. 90-88 is your final, and 17 points, 14 points in the final quarter that we played. Trae Young definitely shot the ball a lot, and he didn't make a lot, but he had 15 assists, and we won the game. That's all that matters. Trae Young, 29. DeJounte, 28. No bench scoring from our entire team. What happened? We hopped in the 4th quarter. Did nobody get subbed out? That makes sense why everyone was so tired. So I will have to look back when I'm editing this. Nobody got in. So when we got in, we just played with our starters for the final quarter. As we get a win, we're 1-2 so far. And do we play anybody interesting in the next game? It's Toronto. Scotty Barnes, solid player. Jakob Poeltl. We're going to go ahead and simulate this last game. We're going to simulate, it's another one in Atlanta, and we lose to Toronto. So we're 1-3 through 4 games. Trae Young did have 37 points. Sadiq Bey had 12 points off the bench. DeAndre Hunter playing actually better than I thought he would so far. A lot of scoring off their bench. The Dickmeister with 10 points. We take on the Cavs and Donovan Mitchell in Cleveland in the next one. That is going to be it for us for now. Full scouting report is complete on all of these players. So we'll go ahead and set some more scouts in the next episode. There's only 4 teams who are undefeated through 4 games. It's Houston, Denver, Philly, and Sacramento, who is number 1, and Philly's averaging 137 points per game. Hopefully that number comes down a little bit. We are 1-3. It's going to be better moving forward. We might make some adjustments to the lineup, but that'll be in the next episode, which will not be very long from now, from the time you see this. Like I said, the goal of this is to get these out more often and be able to chat with you guys more. Kind of don't just look at this as the Atlanta Hawks rebuild. Kind of look at it as you're just sitting down with Greg. You're just sitting down. We're just hanging out. We're having a good time. So if you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like. Again, use the discount code in the description. If you want any Grego merch for the next week and a half, it's going to be 15% off. I appreciate you guys so much for all your support. Join the Discord if you want to talk to me as well, and I'll see you in the next one. Take it easy.